gonna be take two of how the pop-up in New York City when you don't work in food. You here, I'm Alex. I have a cooking Instagram, and somehow through me shitposting about my food online, I got into the pop-up game. As someone who has never worked in food, worked in the kitchen full time, I remember at the beginning, all the information that I was gathering about how to do this was also word of mouth, and I think I would have really appreciated like some guide all in one place with just how do you host a pop-up, you know? Now, having hosted several in New York City, I wanted to share what I learned with you, especially in a city as chaotic as New York. So, I just got coffee with Shad. We're gonna pop up, I think, in a couple weeks. We're gonna try to find manager at Villager because I've sent them 2 emails now, which they haven't responded to. But the manager wasn't even there, so we were doing some more plotting and scheming over, like, maybe if they don't respond to us, then like where should we go and have a pop-up instead.
We bunked! We're bunked! We're bunked!
We're bunked!
This lighting is so bizarre. What is better, this or this? It's Thursday. Today's a busy day. Like pop-up wise, I have to test my sesame semolina mochi cake. I'm sorry. I have to test my matcha sesame semolina mochi cake. This recipe special sesame semolina mochi cake, I served at my first ever pop-up. I've served it at multiple pop-ups since.
Afternoon
That I really shouldn't need to test it, but because I'm adding matcha to it, I don't know how much matcha to add. Via the snooping I've done on the internet, it seems around 2 tablespoons for an 8-inch cake. Really want to make sure that you're able to taste the matcha. If I'm putting matcha on the menu, like, you should be able to taste it. Also, this is like really special matcha because it's my friend Rashad's matcha. Want to make sure like I do it justice too on the menu. I'm not thrilled about how long this name is. Sesame semolina. No, matcha sesame semolina mochi cake. I really pay a lot of attention to the titles of my recipe, the names that I'm putting on my menu, like alliteration, wordplay. Even just, it's like quite catchy and in a way that people want to talk about it. People want to say the name of your food. Fun, rolls off the tongue well. So, not my first choice of name, but I like really do think the flavors make sense together. Matcha and sesame, and really the semolina provides more crumbly top. Let's bake this cake. Like Friday, 8 a.m. No, I mean 8 p.m. No, it's not, it's 7 p.m. Oh my god, you can tell how tired I am right now. I can't even get the time. I can't even talk right. I did not bake the cake yesterday, and I really need to bake it tonight. I really need to figure out if it's gonna be 2 tablespoons of matcha or not. So like, what excuse do I have for not making the cake yesterday? Well, I had to go to like school. I have this like OSCE, which is like a clinical exam. Like there's an actor called a standardized patient, and you're like tested on like interpersonal interviewing skills. It was actually a case about a patient who uses IV drugs, wanted to leave early, and how would you like cancel them on this premature discharge and warn them of the risks and like work with them to get a plan that is able to employ a like shared decision making, harm reduction, motivational interviewing. Yeah. And then we had our global health symposium. Then I went to a protest. And then I was like by Union Square. So I went to Whole Foods and bought some of the last ingredients that I would need. Like yeah, so I ended up not getting home until like 11 today for like pop-up prep. This morning I placed like a last wheat order to get more black sesame paste and glutinous rice flour. I secured another loaf pan because I'm trying to collect as many loaf pans as I can from all my friends so I can make as much babka as I can. I think that's something that I really learned about having pop-ups, is that you are really able to show yourself how much community you have. And while I was snacking, I was like making my schedule, trying to like plan it out for this weekend. I know this looks chaotic, this makes no sense to nobody, but it makes sense to me, and that's all that matters. Then tonight I need to bake this cake finally. I've been telling myself to bake it since Wednesday, and then Thursday, and now it's Friday. Now I really need to bake it and figure out how much matcha goes in this cake. I thought I was gonna have the whole night to do it, but then my friend Mia invited me out to Public Records tonight. I want to be able to like spend time with her while she's still in New York, and so I might make it out to Public Records. I'm like so tired though. Also, what I do tonight is prep some other ingredients, so burnt honey for the babka, and then I need to toast semolina flour for the matcha cake. Oh my god, I really almost just forgot the matcha. We can stay inside and eat. Wait, it's beautiful.
You would change about it.
Add more matcha.
Sesame is just a really strong flavor.
Maybe don't add the sesame oil. Morning. It's Saturday. Day before the pop-up. So yeah, we did not make it out last night to go dancing. My roommate Celine got home, as you saw, brought 3 pints of ice cream home from this Thai ice cream place that she really liked, and then so we decided at 10 p.m. then to just like eat mochi cake that I baked and eat ice cream and chat for like the next 3 hours. Honestly, great night. And I love when you make a decision and you're like, okay, immediately feels like relief, and you're like, ah, that was a decision I knew I wanted to make this whole time. I need to send out newsletter, and then I'm gonna start 4 loaves of babka this morning. When I was making my schedule yesterday, I realized if I'm shooting for 8 babkas, I can't bake them all Sunday morning. Like, it's not possible for me to like roll them all up, spiral, whatever, twist them, spiral them, like do have to go for a second proof and then also bake them. And I've never baked 4 at the same time. I've only probably baked 1 at a time. What else? I was gonna go to an exercise class because there's a free Pilates class in my neighborhood today. Taking that as like my break in the day. Usually the day before pop-up, I'm cooking, wake up to sleep. It's like studying for like a board exam for medical school. Like wake up to go to sleep, study. But I'm trying to like be better and instill some self-care and make time to exercise today, which I like should have. Yeah, then I'll like make more matcha cake. Couldn't taste the matcha last night, so it was like a little bit of a grassy taste. I'm wondering if the sesame is just like too powerful or it doesn't like unlock the matcha. It doesn't like activate the matcha. Just gonna make like 2 cakes, I think, because it's obviously not the star of pop-up tomorrow, but just something else to have on the menu. And in case anyone like vegan shows up, because I am making it vegan. Do I think anyone vegan will be showing up? I don't think so, because if you're coming for the babka, and you know that's not vegan. Yeah, I don't know. There's more things I could do, but I have forgotten, and I'm realizing I'm sitting out here in direct sunlight without sunscreen, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on sunscreen, come back here and work on sending out this newsletter.
I think when I got that first batch of dough done in time, I was running behind. Like, it took like a lot longer to send out my newsletter than I thought it would be, but I already got texts from friends that they liked this installment, so it makes everything so worth it. I'm gonna go exercise. The first batch of dough is cold proofing, and I'm gonna go exercise.
Okay, big things. Just checking in. An update on the matcha cake. You can actually taste the matcha today. I don't know what happened last night when my roommate and I like ate half the cake and couldn't taste the matcha. It's 7? No, it's 6 o'clock now. So this was in for a 6-hour cold proof. Normally I do 8 to 12, but we got more babka to make. Trick behind not drying out your dough in the fridge while cold proof is to cover it with a wet towel. So let's see what she looks like. Wait, she's so cute. She's like this perfect little mound. First batch out. My roommate Celine is buying me a rolling pin right now. Celine also just like cut all these parchment papers to line the pans for me. When my friends help me out, I like to pick like things that I know like they like to do. Like that's kind of like arts and crafts. Like I don't want them to do like menial tasks. Like I can do that part. Really realized this during my first pop-up was that it really does take leaning on people and asking for help to do these pop-ups. It's by no means ever a one-person job. Every time it really shows me that I made a circle of people here in New York who want to be a part of my life. Yeah. I wonder how many loaves this will be. The thing is, I'm making all these batches without really knowing how many loaves I'm getting out of each batch. One batch makes somewhere between 2 to 4 loaves. I have 3 batches going right now, so I could be at 6 loaves or I could be at 12. I think if it was more type A, then I would probably have figured this out beforehand, but we'll see. I think 1.5 kilos. Okay, 1.8. So we don't make 3 loaves and do 600 grams per tin. I'm gonna roll 600 grams out and I'll see if I get to, I believe it's 9 by 15 or 9 by 17. I forget what's in the recipe. And then like I think like 1/8 of an inch wide. Well, I don't know what you call it. Like this. thick. Okay. I'm gonna subtract 600 grams. I believe this is about 600 grams. That's around 600. There's the mochi. A little bit more. Never made this much mochi before. I don't know if I'll need this 4th batch, because if each batch gives me 3, then I'll have 9 loaves, and I think that would be sufficient for tomorrow. Then again, there's like 120 something people responded. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that's how you host a pop-up in New York City when you're not in food. It's really a labor of love, and I just want to let you know that it's okay if you don't know how you feel after a pop-up. You just cooked, we're locked in, prepping, preparing, carrying out orders, and you can't see beyond a 3-foot radius in front of you. So you don't know how the food was received, you don't know what the ambiance you created was, until actually you see the pictures afterwards, and that's when I feel like the first surge of like warmth hits. I am filming this though now a couple weeks out, and I do feel really good about this last pop-up. It was my first public one in a while. For the past year I was doing more private events. Last thing I want to mention is that when you're doing this and you're not relying on it for a sole source of income, I think it's really important to have a special intention or purpose going into the pop-up. I say this because the money that you make from the pop-up is not going to equate to paying yourself fair wage. And I don't mean just like the hours spent cooking and prepping, but checking out venues, making graphics for the social promotion, all the emails back and forth, buying groceries, recipe development, testing. It just, the math does not check out. So and I first did this subconsciously during my first pop-up. The first summer I was in New York, and I kept on being told it was my last summer in my life. You don't have any more summer breaks after your first year of med school. It was also like fresh out of a breakup then, and so I really just needed to show myself what I was capable of and live as freely as myself. Going into this pop-up, I really wanted to fall in love with New York City again. I have mixed feelings, but there are a lot of good ones, and I know I needed to lean into the good ones. And the good ones are reminding myself that I have so many people here. This is the life that I built for myself over the past 4 years. There are so many people who want to be a part of my life here too. This video was actually a lot more chaotic and unstructured than I want it to be, so if you want more of like a step-by-step guide or like a top 10 takeaways, then let me know in the comments below. I can write that up for you. You should subscribe here on YouTube, and then also subscribe to my newsletter where I'll send that out next. Only if you want it though. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Going to Korea in the next one. Bye.